Welcome back to Project 94 for another Diecast review, and today it's going to be a start of a new era. The start of a new era for one of the teams in the Cup Series, and that is going to be the first ever Diecast with the Legacy Motor Club name. No more Petty GMS, no more Richard Petty Motorsports, Legacy Motor Club. So this right here is going to be Noah Gragson's 2023 Sunseeker Resort Chevrolet Camaro for Legacy Motor Club. Really going to have to get used to that new name. I mean, even now it's like, man, that name is just... I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Legacy Motor Club. There's still some people saying Legacy Motorsports. I mean, I honestly see myself making that mistake. But yeah, guys, this right here is the Sunseeker Resort paint scheme. That is pretty much the primary paint scheme. He did run the Wendy's car in the Daytona 500, but this to me seems like his main scheme. He does run this a lot more than most of his paint schemes. So yeah, this Sunseeker car, it's a brand new, this diecast, I don't remember ever seeing this sponsor on a diecast before, so this is a totally new experience for us, and something that's not a totally new experience for us. Look, we already got a paint chip. This thing's not even out of the box, and there's a chip right under the R in Sunseeker. So, this is going to be a lot of fun. So, let's get this diecast out of the box. Oh, yeah, by the way, for people that want to see the box, I know there's people that are going to be like, well, what does the box look like? You know, all the boxes are the same. But there's a good reason for it. Don't invest all of your resources into a box. Make sure that the product inside is the main priority, which I have been championing that for quite some time. And that has not changed one bit. So let's get this diecast review on, shall we? Here it is, out of the box, and one of the coolest parts of this diecast already. I mean, take a look at the car. The side skirts, over the side edges of the car, the outlining of the 42, the metallic gold, man, and even on the roof. Holy moly, that looks nice. Nice job. And at least if I can get that. Is that... I don't want to take a chance and destroy it, trying to get that off. But yeah, guys, ooh, and another one that does not roll so great. What is it with these 2023 cars having issues rolling? That's a bit agitating, I gotta be honest, because these things do cost money, and they don't even roll that good. But... outside of that, let's get to the diecast review. Got number 42 right there. You have the Legacy Motor Club right there, which has a very funky white outline to it, which I can guarantee you is not like that on the real car. Unless it is. I don't know. I'm not eyeballing these cars 24/7. Of course, you got Chevrolet Camaro, ZL1. Probably the last year you're going to see that. And on top of that, Legacy Motorsports. Look at that. Look at that. What did I tell you in the beginning of the video? I was going to call it, and people have been saying Legacy Motorsports instead of Legacy Motor Club. Legacy Motor Club right there under that headlight. Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. As I was mentioning, they're going to be changing manufacturers. They're going to be Toyotas next year. Quite interesting to know that, because Richard Petty and I'm at the same time I'm surprised, and at the same time I'm not surprised. Because if you think about it, Jimmy Johnson's always been Chevy, so people are like, whoa, why are they switching away from Chevy? Because they've always been Chevy. Richard Petty Motorsports has switched manufacturers more than any other team I've ever seen. More than Robbie Gordon. He puts Robbie Gordon to shame with the amount of times he's changed manufacturers. I mean, it's not like constantly, like every single year switching the nose of their car. But there's a lot of notable times where they've switched manufacturers. They've literally been Ford, Chevy, Pontiac, Dodge. Literally, they run every manufacturer. So I really don't see a problem with them running Toyota. That would just be the next manufacturer. Fun fact, if they do that, will have ran for every single manufacturer in like the quote-unquote modern era for NASCAR. So that's one accomplishment to never forget there. But man, what a long-winded little statement I just gave there about that. Man. So yeah, black splitter in the front with all that. Then you have ZL1. You got Sunseeker Resort. And man, the hood vents, are they supposed to be a different gray from the rest of the car? Because if not, ugh. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but man, how much would it have been if they just used a transparent decal? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe those hood vents are supposed to be that color. If not, then oh well. Got the 2ZL1s, the Sunseeker Resort. Pretty cool looking logo, by the way, for Sunseeker. I actually like how that looks. When you have a company, you got to make sure your logos look good. So you got Chevrolet, Gragson, Sunoco rookie contender, because it's a rookie car. Of course, you got Sunoco right there. You got Goodyear, the yellow Goodyears, of course, with the dark gray wheels. The white Goodyear logo on the actual paint job. Then you have Sunoco. Oh, we just looked at Sunoco. What's going on? NASCAR Cup Series, the 75th anniversary logo for NASCAR. Then you have 42. Noah Gragson with the NG. And, of course, the tiny Legacy Motor Club with that really tiny little gold stripe right there. Very, very tiny decal. So I don't know how they even got that on. Maybe it's probably a detail that some customizers would probably miss. I know I would have probably missed it. Then you have two other sponsors, which sadly I cannot read what they are. They are way too small. Of course, you have SEM Mac Tools Safety Clean. Sunseeker Resort, which has a beautiful looking decal fold on top of it. That's just great. I do like how the logo is slanted around the design. That's pretty sweet. That looks good. And, of course, we got rookie stripes. And, man, I that's not an error, is it? Hold on a second, guys. Wow, you really cannot see that logo. Okay, so remember on the hood, remember how that logo is supposed to be like a circle sun thing? Look at the back of this thing. Does that to you, like, from this camera angle, like, it's like, now that the camera's focusing, before, it literally looked like a white circle and not even a logo. But the logo is there. But you literally have to zoom in to get to see that. Like, you see, like, the little, like, design, like, the intricacies of the sun right there? You really can't see that unless you get close. Legacy Motor Club 42 Chevrolet, which is cut off by the spoiler, which is fantastic. Sunseeker Resort Camaro with the blocky cheese wedge rookie stripes, which are crooked. The whole back of this thing is crooked, but moving on from that. You have Sunseeker Resorts. There's something weird. Why in the world is there a slant to the Seeker logo and the resort? Look how funky. I mean, look at how straight and perfect the rest of the Sunseeker logos look to be. And look how, like, wacky. How do you get decals to look this bad? Like, don't you just place the decal down and not, like, warp it up or anything? Like, look how straight the top of it is. And look at the deck lid. That's quite a difference right there. And I promise you that's not how that's supposed to look. So that's just awesome. Got Noah Gragson right there. Of course, the biofuel logo on that side. Of course, Sunseeker Gragson 42. And now it's finally time for the paint scheme after we get around some quality issues that I just pointed out. It's pretty interesting backdrop. It's a dark gray. It's like a military gray color to it. Almost, but it's a gloss finish and not a matte finish. The diecast is gloss here. So now let's take a look at the numbers. So you got the gold shadow outline with the metallic gold. It's actually, or what you would call fool's gold. And of course you have the day glow orange number, which has some like dark brown orange accenting to it. And of course on the door, pretty simple. Gold outline, white number fill-in with the iconic number 42 font. As sad as I was to see the Ganassi style 42 go away, I do have to respect the fact that, you know what, the 42 is a part of the Richard Petty Motorsports history, so to have it in the Richard Petty Motorsports font does make sense. Like, if they just came out with, like, some weird, funky, new-looking 42, it definitely would not have worked. But when they brought this style 42 last season with Ty Dillon, I definitely was a fan of the way it looked. I do miss the Ganassi one. I do miss that Ganassi font. Don't get me wrong, but the 42, can't go wrong with it in the Petty font. If you got number 42 and number 43, cannot go wrong with that whatsoever. So the paint scheme itself, we're going to start out with the small details because there is quite a bit going on with this car. So you got the black splitter, black spoiler, and of course, to knock it out of the way, of course, the black side skirts, and of course, the black sides of the roof going over the A pillar, the B pillar, and the C pillar. just wrapping all the way around the side. It almost looks like a Camry paint scheme. Just looking at it with the black on the top, like that luxury top style that the Camrys have, the street cars. The black roof rails to go along with those black side details. And now we're going to get straight into the design. Of course, you got the gold outline, very, very thin line wrapping over the black details, which is the splitter and the side skirts and all that. That gold, that thin stripe is going to wrap all the way around. And I'm pretty sure this is a standard for all Legacy Motorsport, look at Legacy Motorsport, Legacy Motor Club paint schemes, is that they're going to have that very thin gold stripe wrapping all the way around, everywhere. Like, the front, the sides, the rear quarters, and the back are all going to have that metallic color to it. So, can appreciate that detail. It matches the gold outline right there. So, it seems like this company, or this sponsor, this team theme, the theme of it, this stuff, team theme, that rhymes. Team theme, or team, like, style, I guess you could say, team identifier stuff. It seems like they're all about the gold, the black and gold. So even if they have, like, a car that's probably, like, if, let's just say they have a car that's, like, has nothing to do with black, let's just say it's, like, purple, pink, and, like, white, but they would still have the black and gold on there. So you're going to have some cars that are going to clash. I say this one doesn't clash that badly, honestly. You know what? On top of, like, the blue, like, the very, very ice blue, and then having the black and gold mix in there with the gray, you got lucky with this one. But I guarantee you, not all of them are going to look great. Now, the Wendy's one with the gold, that looked cool. So, yeah, mentioning that with the gold stripes around this car, the lower half of it. Could we have gotten a gold spoiler? I know they're never going to allow having gold spoilers and gold spoilers because it would look too much like your cars in the playoffs, so they can't do that. Now it's time for the paint scheme. Man, 12 minutes here of this video. I really should have gotten this done a while ago, but I want to take my time and make sure we get all the important details. So, of course, you have the dark gray backdrop, and, of course, we're going to start with the front. Starting out with the front of this car, the nose, really cool. That is sharp. It almost looks like this thing has whiskers on it. Of course, you have the blue stripes. Very, very sharp. A lot of these teams are going with these angular, sharp, like, stripe designs. Like, when you're designing a car, the front nose especially is important. Like, when the car's coming at the camera and it looks super sharp, it has to really be aggressive looking. And they did a great job of that. Wrapping neatly, very neatly, nicely wrapped around the OEM details. Very, very cool the way that wraps. Literally does look like a Ganassi scheme looking at it. I'm getting a lot of Ganassi vibes looking at this car. Of course, like a 3 stripes. Of course, you got your thinnest stripe, your next thickest, and then your very thick stripe. It's going to be like this for these front details as well, behind the fake air vents of the Camaro. And of course, the stripes are going to continue, those 4 stripes actually. So you got 3 stripes for those little whiskers, and then of course 4 that are going to wrap up and through the wheel well and into the driver's. They literally, the blue stripes travel into the driver's seat. And of course, behind the 42, a little bit under the 4 and 42. On this side, it would be the 2. There's 3 little stripes, a really thin stripe, and then 2 thick stripes that just swoop down into the gold. Then you have another cycle of stripes. There's a lot of stripes right there. A myriad of stripes that are just going to really nicely wrap around the wheel wells and swoop down by the 42 and under the Sunseeker Resort, and right by the window net, or the middle of the windshield, depending on which side you're looking at this car. The stripe is a single stripe. It's not with another stripe or anything, just on its own. It's going to swoop into the rear quarter window. Man, this thing just looks sharp, man. I mean, look at the hood as well. I forgot to point this out. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stripes on each side. Of course, they wrap pretty neatly. It looks super cool, like just the way it outlines right there. And then you got the stripes getting smaller and smaller on each corner. Fantastic. Of course, the hips of the car are just going to be that normal color. No outlining to that. Just whatever the base color is, just going to wrap over it cleanly. The roof, you're going to have those stripes as well. A little bit over the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little stripes. And then 4 more going through the 42. And of course, you got some of the stripes over the upper portion of the deck lid right there. The back. That looks cool. I love that. You see how it's almost like a V shape? It looks like wings on the back bumper right there. those stripes. Looks pretty sweet over the gold. And sadly, this back design gets cut off by the rookie stripes, because everyone has to know that Noah Gragson is a rookie. Sometimes the rookie stripes could make or break some of these paint schemes. Yeah, I really do hate how the rookie stripes, not really the biggest fan of how the rookie stripes just cut that off. It looked like they had something going there, but rookie stripes are mandatory, and they're pretty cool, because then when you look back at your diecast collections, you're like, oh, okay, this guy was a rookie, and I have the diecast for it. Rookie diecasts are pretty cool to get, so can't go wrong with it, but man, on this design, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I really would have loved to see the stripes continue, but you gotta put the rookie stripes there, and I totally get it. And that right there is going to be the Sunseeker Resort diecast for Noah Gragson. I'm going to do the 360V right here. Man, 15 minutes. That's got to be my longest. I've probably done longer diecast reviews, but man, for a single car, for it to be this long, that's really abnormal. Man, I really got to get this through for you guys. I'm sorry to keep you sitting here so long. Of course, got the dark gray rims, matching the paint scheme pretty nicely, I must say. But man, for the first Legacy Motor Club diecast review, hopefully I did not let you guys down. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next diecast review. Here's the underside of the car, 2023 Camaro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals. When you're putting decals on your diecast.